Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm JongWildAndFree, and today I wanted to share with you my modern Scandinavian house. This house did end up right underneath the 200,000 simoleons, so it's maybe not the cheapest, but it's a great family home. It's built on a lot that's 40 times 30. I built it in Newcrest. I cannot pronounce the old lot names name, but you can read it in the top left corner. This house ended up with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms and an extra toilet downstairs. So this should be room enough for at least 5 Sims and a dog. And it plays a big dog bed in the first floor, only the first floor I think. So you can have up to a large size dog. You can also have multiple maybe if you want to. As for cats, I didn't really put anything as furniture or something like that for the cats, but yeah, it's possible if you rather want to have that. It's of course very modern. I'm not sure if it's completely light enough in the color scheme to actually be able to call it a Scandinavian, but it has a lot of woods and still a lot of whites also, so a lot of neutral colors. So I did keep the name. Again, it's quite a big lot. I will also try to upload it as a non-CC. I do use the CC shower again, one of my favorites, but also I did place some family photos again as a kind of inspiration if you want to place your own household photos, but since I did that, it kind of again gets registered as an CC house, even though it has no CC except of the one shower. The rest have just a normal shower and bathtub, so yeah. I did make a bit of an outside area in the back at least, so you can sit outside under the roofing. There will be a dining table and a grill, so you can grill and eat out there. Since it's under the roofing, your Sims shouldn't be able to get wet or anything. They should still be able to freeze if it's very cold. Of course, if you don't have seasons, then you don't have to worry about that, but yeah. I did of course build in the pool and the hot tub. I haven't been able to test the hot tub yet. I will try testing it at least before uploading it. It was more kind of a decor item, so if you want to use it you might need to build the floor again in that specific part, but I really just wanted it to show actually. I will also make a kind of a kids area in the back with the toddler slide and the monkey bars, I believe they're called, and even the swings, I believe. And the typical sand case that I like to make. I did keep the landscaping quite simple, but still nice looking and kind of fitted to the modern feel of the house. And I did use a couple of fountains. Not that there is really any water action, the rectangle that I will build before in front of the living area, but the other one is kind of a finished fountain, the one that's already a fountain without me placing the extra water things on it. Yeah. I did end up by using the half or the medium length walls, height walls, just so I could use the smallest modern windows and place them kind of in the middle. It felt more realistic to me to have still big windows, but not the one that go from ceiling to the floor. That always seems a bit too big after my taste. So by using the medium walls, I could just raise them a tiny bit up, and yeah. So I really wish those windows would come in a bit smaller size as well, just so you can have this effect also on the smallest walls. But yeah, as of the roofing, I just played a bit around with it to make it look good, but it's not really anything special actually. It's just as simple as possible, again to fit the modern style best. So the roof is mostly flat, but I didn't really like to keep it empty up there, then it was just too boring, I think. But yeah, so here I kind of tried out some new things, a bit more extra work with sizing all those plants down, but the end view or the end look is quite nice. So a lot of these plants got placed around the house to kind of get that tight, modern, clean look. And I really thought those dino bricks did fit the build quite well as well. I did end up using this small fence almost around the entire house. Now most of the house will be blocked by plants as well, but as far as I know, you Sims can walk right over this fence, so the fence itself doesn't lock your Sims in or anything. But since I made the sand case past the fence, I'm quite sure they just will kind of step over it anyway, so that shouldn't be any problem. The rest of the place will be kind of locked off just by plants actually, so yeah. And I did put in later on 2 bins, outside bins again, just to kind of give that vibe in of a recycling bin and the normal bin. Yeah. Oh, and this is the fountain I was talking about. This one, it doesn't really do anything except of looking good. But this one will have, the smaller, almost circular one will have a fountain that actually does move a bit. So again, I kept it quite simple with the gardening, not many colors outside, just this tiny corner here, I believe. I just wanted to have a bit of color, but yeah. I had to keep some room left also to be able to get to the outside playing area, so that's why I didn't really plant anything in the tiny corner, just so your Sims could step right over it. And again, I made the sand case, of course, just to make it look a bit better and more homey for the kids and more used. I did really want to use the swings this time as well, so I tried fitting those in as well. And did some landscaping around it to kind of, I don't know, simulate that the sand, when kids play in the sand, that the sand will also end up beside it, of course. So yeah, I tried playing around a bit with the coloring part and tried to make it look like the sand was spilling over a bit. The pool this time was quite dark themed actually. For change, I usually have, of course, the normal bluish colored, simple with white or silver stairs, metallic stairs. I'm not sure what I should call the color. But yeah, I tried to try something different and make the pool look a bit darker this time, just to match in the rest of the terrace, kind of. So that's kind of why I'm not sure if this isn't really a good Scandinavian type styled home, since it has some dark themes as well, but since so many natural colors and also light, when we go inside it will get a bit lighter as well. I still kind of liked to call it a Scandinavian theme. Yeah. I was kind of struggling to figure out how I wanted to place the dining table, because no matter where I put it, it somehow was off center with some of the furniture, but where it ended up, I kind of felt it was the best placing. So now it's at least in the middle of the grill, not in the middle of the door, but that's just, I had to make a choice, so. But it left room for another seating area, so since there's a toddler in the house now, at least the toddler can sit outside and eat there as well. Now for this area, this will be the kitchen. This will also be a very open area. The living room will be in the room behind it. So it's quite a small living room, just simple and cozy. And then you have this big open area where the kitchen and dining table will be. And I tried to block off with a half wall the entrance and the stairs. And there will come another half wall, one more half wall that will kind of cut off the part where it's more an office / play area. I will explain that a bit more when I started building on that or furnishing on that. I did end up using a lot of the Jungle Adventure stuff again. I really do like those counters and those tiles. I do think they make quite the perfect kitchen. So yeah, very open and spacious kitchen. I wish I had a kitchen like that. Mine is not that spacious, but still. Also did like that seasons table, and since I have planned to make a toddler's room, I had to place the high chair there, and I kind of pretended that the last dining table chair kind of was pushed to the side, so when your toddler grows up you can just pick up that last chair and kind of put it instead of the high chair, of course. So kind of just ended up as an extra decor now, of course. And there's this tiny extra sitting area in the corner, just so, I don't know, since it is a family home, you can have some of the kids sit there and chat with the parents while the parents are cooking food or something. So it's just a way to make the kitchen a bit more cozy. And if you want to read the book, you have a nice corner with a nice view there as well. So yeah, just to make it a bit more including for the other Sims. If one is cooking, then the others can keep them company. Of course, try to clutter it a bit up without cluttering too much, since it's quite a modern house. I didn't want to clutter it too much as well. I did really want to use some family photos in this house again, so I already have a family that has moved in this house, but they had some small and bigger family photos. Most of them will end up in the hallway upstairs, but I will place one on the shelves in the kitchen as well, just to make it a bit more homey and feel like this house is actually lived in. I sometimes do struggle to find my stuff. I was actually looking for another type of pot with the spoons in it, but I just couldn't find it back, so I just gave up and used the one that's next to the salt and pepper now. I of course did kind of cheat the bar area, so but it should still be usable for your Sims to cook in, since nothing really is blocking it. And if you notice the room I just played, it's just a room with some of the debug items I really wanted to use in this house, but mostly the pictures, of course, that belong to this family. I had just saved them to my own library to easily be able to put it down and pick out the different frames. So yeah, I used one of the smaller ones in the kitchen, just instead of because I know there are some smaller frames in the decorations items. One of them is like a kind of soccer team picture or something, but I really liked more personalize it by using one of the household's pictures. And here I just tried to kind of make a bit of an entrance area, so now you can kind of sit down and either take off your shoes or put them on and look in the mirror. I believe not that mirror is usable for a Sim, since the shoe racks are in the way, of course, but yeah, there are gonna be enough mirrors in this house to practice that speech if you want to use your mirrors for that. And here's that other half wall that I was talking about. So here there would be the computer and kind of an area where your kids can do some homework, of course, if they want to. And this is kind of the creative corner for the family. So I will soon be placing like an easel and some of the crafting decor items. Those are of course not usable, but I really like the flower pot size down, together with the craft supplies. It looks nice and homey. I had some pencils and a package and stuff like that as a debug item, so I really like placing those. I also, of course, placed the crafting table for the kids, and I do not place it very often, but I did place the game table. I believe it's called Don't Wake the Llama or something. I never really used those, but I did place one here since it's kind of the family area where the family could, I don't know, play games, help each other with the homework, so just be creative together. There's one more PC in the house, on the teens room, so yeah. And I did of course play the curview board, just so you could practice your parenting skill, of course. Again, I did try to make it a bit more realistic with fire alarms and stuff like that, but there's a kind of a big open area in the middle of that part of the room, so I kind of had in mind that since it was so open, you could actually sit down and do your school projects there as well, so there's actually room inside to do them. Usually when I've played my families, I always struggle to find a room where they can sit down and do the projects, except when I just send them outside to do it. But after the seasons game, it's kind of hard to kind of force your kid to do the school projects out in the snow, so this room kind of offers the chance and the possibility to do a school project inside. Of course, if you have multiple school projects at once, then it's a bit more difficult if multiple kids have a school project, but at least one at a time you can easily fit it in there. Originally I was planning to make the walls white, but I really thought it was way too white, so I did make them a bit of a grayish color. So again, it's not really a very light colored room. I have to change it to the Jungle Adventure one, yes. So it's not all wood, but also a bit concrete, maybe. Yeah, just to lighten it up a tiny bit. But it's still very natural, so that's kind of still why I feel it's a more Scandinavian vibe to this. I was kind of struggling figuring out where I wanted to have the wood colors and where I didn't want to have the wood colors, just to lighten up the room. At the end, I was very happy with the end result. Here is kind of the small bathroom, the toilet, just a toilet and a potty for the toddler. There's also a kid's bathroom upstairs, which has the toddler potty, of course. But this was just to make it simple and not needing to force your Sims to go upstairs to go to the bathroom. And then you have the living room, which is quite a bit lighter than the rest of the living area. Again, quite simple. I believe I did put some toys in here as well. There's a lot of toys throughout the house actually, so your kids shouldn't have too little to play with, but just to fill it a bit up. So I believe I put the toy chest just, but yeah. So I used again kitchen cabinets, this case to kind of simulate the TV stand, except that it's just, you know, for decoration. I did try to put on some decorations here, tried to make a match, but I ended up moving the cabinets after all. I don't really like moving on the wall cabinet, just because when you have to do it manually, they still don't snap together as the kitchen cabinets, kitchen counters would have done. But yeah, it worked out at the end. So here I actually used quite a lot of the cats and dog stuff, kind of. One of my favorite packs, furniture at least. And here I tried to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with the space that was left, and to believe I kept that corner couch, yes. I decided to have another bookcase and another, actually just a pile of pillows to, you know, sit on. I'm not sure if you Sims can reach them to sit on, but it looked a bit more nice with the pillows there. Just trying to figure out what colors I wanted to have on the couches, but I kept that color, and again some debug items, of course. So yeah. And I did place the kind of family portrait thing above the TV, sized it down a couple times. So in the screenshots, I believe I already have moved in my Sims, so that frame would have the picture of my family, household family. But when you place in yours, then of course you have your own family pictures there, and that wall will be the family pictures that I've kind of taken of my household. So those I most likely will remove. It's just that I will of course keep the house like this in my save, and maybe it inspires you to make some household pictures as well and place them there instead of mine. I will see if I remember to do something else with that wall, just to not give this house an empty wall before uploading it. But yeah, just to make it simpler to find it on the gallery, I will remove the pictures, because I'm not even sure if you guys will get the pictures when you download it. I mean, when I download this house in another save, it will still be with the pictures no matter what. But since I've taken pictures on my PC, it might just be that when you download it, the pictures disappear, so not sure. Just to be able to find it easier, I just make sure I remove them. But if anyone ever wants to have the original build with the family and the family pictures that belongs to it, then I could always just upload it then. But for now, it's just gonna be without that kind of stuff, of course. I did actually put in a keyboard here as well, so now you Sims can practice some musical creativities as well. Otherwise, skills you can practice in this house. I don't know, you can exercise in the pool, of course. There are bookcases, the PCs and the TV, and then the keyboard, and just the easel and the creativity table, kids table. There will be 2 creativity tables. One is already placed downstairs, but it would be a second one that I placed in the children's room actually. So yeah. This is the first bathroom upstairs. This will be the one the child and the toddler would kind of share. So I did make it a bit more colorful, and it put up different colored towels, like the idea that they would, you know, have each their own sink and their own towels, and to color difference just make it easy to figure out whose towel it is, of course. So very simple bathroom otherwise, just kind of simulate that it's shared. Yeah, and it's for kids, so more colorful, of course. The other 2 bathrooms will be a little less color, of course. The teen has their own bathroom, and then you have, of course, the bathroom for the parents. That is kind of even more modern, actually, more elegant. This is gonna be the toddler's room. I did kind of make this house for three girls, so 3 daughters, but this room turns out quite greenish and flowerish, so in theory you should also be able to have a boy in here. But that's just my opinion. I would say it's not that girly, but I don't know. I used the side table again to make sure that the beer would not float above it or sink into the cabinet. I had actually a debug item with the flashcard, so I did use that one as well, just as a decoration. And I'm not sure if your Sims would like to pick them up. I do not think so. It's a debug item, so that one should be just fine. The hamster, on the other hand, the Sims would most likely just want to clean it up, since it's a toy that's out of the toy chest. Quite annoying, but okay. So yeah, I try not to decorate with too much toys, because you Sims always want to clean it up. But yeah, I wanted to use that one at least. Again, this room ended up quite green, but yeah, I liked it very much. And this is gonna be the girls' room. And again, quite I do like the light blue and the dark blue themes that came with the your first pet stuff. I know a lot of people are not really a fan of that pack, but I really love the furniture for kids' rooms. And since I was using all this stuff, I thought I might as well move in a Hammy hamster. Hammy the hamster. And this kid also got some snow globes as decoration. So rest I kept quite simple. Was looking for some fairy lights. I always struggle finding them, finding out where they are placed. Now these ones I all of a sudden remembered where I had to look. These are wall lights, but the other one that came with Parenthood, the stringy ones, those I wanted to use in the teens room, and I really struggled finding them because they are decorations. I remembered all of a sudden that they were Parenthood, so that made it a bit easier to find them again, but yeah, sometimes I really struggle to find those fairy lights, and I always forget that we have them as well. The girls' room again, the teens' room, very pink and also very clean. I did place a TV in this room, just the smallest wall-mounted TV, and I use this other type of shelf thing. I always forget we have that, but it was small enough to have as a nightstand, so I really liked using that one for once. So yeah, so this teenager has this little corner to just watch some TV, maybe with a friend or so. I did put down a chair and a poof. Just a bit of the simple stuff. And of course, she has. I first wanted to put down the makeup table, but I decided to rather have a desk with a PC, with her own PC, of course. And I had some makeup box ready already, so yeah. And I do believe I didn't decorate it too much, of course, just to keep the clean look mostly. And her bathroom is, of course, is a bit more simple. I will start decorating that one soon. I just gave her a shower. Of course, the kids needed a tub, just because the toddler needs a tub, of course, bathtub. So that's kind of why they ended up with a bathtub. But the rest of the house, it's just shower. So the parents use a CC shower because that fitted in more, and the teen daughter has just a regular shower. So I did use the same tiles, of course. So that's the only color in this room. I also remember that I actually forgot to put the curtains in the bathroom of the parents on camera. So off camera I have fixed that, so if anyone is wondering that later on, yes, the bathroom has straight side in when I end this video, but I have fixed it. And in the parents' room again, there's no really a functional wardrobe. I made it looked like a built-in closet, just because I like that view a lot more. So I just decorated it with some guys and girls items. At the girls' side or the woman's side, I just decided to place these shoe racks. Kind of thought it was a bit different than I usually do. So, and I needed some extras on that side since I had the shirts on the male side. So yeah, shoes on the women's side and shirt on the male side. And just hang up some different clothes on the wall and just, yeah, use the windows to present their sliding doors. I know we have sliding doors, but placing two next to each other, which they'll leave a gap, and the windows are kind of seamless, which I like more, and still not functional anyway, so yeah. And I placed another family frame over there, household frame, so yeah, if you place in a family here, that frame would of course also have a picture in it. I kind of wanted to change it up since I had to use all the other frames in the hallway. And I just sized it really, really down, so yeah, if you have a really big family, you would hardly see who's in the picture anyway. Yeah. here I try to figure out the curtains. I don't really, I like the dine-out curtains, but I don't like that there's no way of connecting them without closing them. So I kind of used that wall decoration and size it up to kind of pretend the curtains are hanging behind it and can close fully. Yeah, so it's kind of a hotel room, this, with the half wall in the middle and the shelves as nightstands, but I really like the idea of it. And the bed goes all the way to the window, so you have a nice view outside when you're laying in the bed. And then of course they have a nice master suite or bathroom going right through those white doors. But before we start furnishing that, really struggled with the flooring in this room. I had a hard time deciding if I wanted to have a dark or light floor. I had picked some light flooring first, but it just didn't feel right. So I ended up with this cats and dog floor. Still a very dark room. I know Scandinavian style usually is very light and light woods, but since it still is very natural and still has a lot of woods, I still feel it fits this category, I believe. So yeah, I almost finished with the bedroom. This last thing is this bathroom. Again, I couldn't really figure out what wallpaper I wanted to use, but I stick with these styles. It's a very light and white bathroom, kind of made it to be very modern, of course. And yeah, had some fun with the sink and those side tables, and did put some extra decoration in this room just by using those shelves. I was planning to do the towel shelf myself, but I just figured out that the white one with the pink towels did fit anyway. I was almost planning to put the pink towels in myself, so it was easy to use the finished product. You will soon see me put in the CC shower. I still do like these showers very much because you can kind of build and design them yourself. But if you're not really want to download this shower, then that's fine. I will put in a normal shower before uploading this to the gallery. And if you want to use this shower anyway, then I will try to remember to put the link of these showers in the descriptions. And then you can decide to place it yourself if you want to. Yeah, just some last finishing touches outside on the outside areas, which didn't get any seating area. And then this build will go into screenshots. So I really hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more of my creations, you can always like and subscribe to my channel or follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to download this build, you can find it under my Origin ID JongWildAndFree. And you should always remember to turn on move objects before placing this house. For now, thanks for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Bye bye!